All right, I am the first player. So you guys get to play along with me. Just start. So let's go over what the cards are first before I draw my fates. Okay.
Christopher Clark, that was
Yeah, MSRP
well played.
is out of stock, right? Well played. All right. So the hours never changes. If you cannot play anywhere else, play one of your fates here, then move it to one card to the right, meaning it's going to advance the timer on that card. Okay. So we've already gone through, well, actually all of them, so I don't need to go over any of them. All right. So never mind. Here we go. All right. So I will draw 2. All 21 tiles are in here. Nobody else has any in their hands.
Nothing up our sleeves.
Nothing up our sleeves.
There you go. All right. So we will keep the bag right there. Ladies, if you will look down, please.
Nothing to see here. Nothing to see.
All right. So a moment. I'm going to quickly switch there so you guys can see what my tiles are there. They're now going face down. There we go. Okay. So now you guys have seen what I have seen. Don't say anything yet until they've made a decision or not, but then you can, because you guys obviously have hidden info that they don't have. So here we go. So I need to remember what
So it would be terrible if you gave us clues.
terrible.
Okay. So if the sum of my fates is 709, I can play there. Okay. If one of my fates matches a visible fate, which I cannot, so that is unavailable, period. Play one of your fates here. If you do, say whether it's remaining higher or lower, right? If one of your fates is exactly 2 more or 2 less. Now, I am not allowed to say, I can't, I only have one child. You can't say any of that. So. All right.
Thinking. Oh, you get to
You know
say
what?
something.
I will.
I
I'm
didn't
going to
see
bring
it.
these down a little.
Okay.
No, that's okay.
You're good with
Yeah,
that?
just bringing it down, and we'll put them up here.
Sure.
Gotcha.
Okay. There we go. No, that doesn't. I'm sorry, guys.
It looks good. You're fine.
No, because that way the pips are closer to the symbol.
Oh, sure. Okay.
That makes sense. There we go. All right.
Okay.
So I played the 3 on the towel. So play one of your fates here. If you do, say whether your remaining fate is higher than the one you played. Higher.
So the other one is higher than 3.
Okay, so please turn over 1 and 2. And 3.
And 3.
Now, interesting.
I don't think it's 5 either because the plus or minus 2, 1.
So it's that, but also 6 because 3 plus 6 is 9. So I almost feel like you would have...
So 4, 5, and 6 are out, you think? Because they'd be 7 to 9?
It would give more information otherwise.
Yes. So...
Which would leave just 7.
Yep. I agree with you. Jonathan mentioned he'd actually prefer not to see the tiles, Edward, to play along with you because they could play along with us guessing, which is a little...
Enough. Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah. So no tiles.
You will not see them again then. Okay, fair enough.
So, considering that, I mean, definitely think that you said 5 would be out.
Mm-hmm.
Please turn over 5.
Yes.
I still think 4 and 6 also because...
I agree with you because they would be 7 to 9.
Otherwise, you would have 3 pieces of information versus the only the 4 that you would have gotten. So, are we in agreement that we could get 7?
Yes.
Okay, we could get 7.
Well done. Well done.
Yes.
Well done. Good job. See, and exactly, it's not only where you place, it's where you don't place also comes into play. So well done. So that will go there. One other thing that I forgot to mention is...
I remember last time, though, it all started with this. Like, it all started great, and then suddenly...
Right.
You're freed from the fate. So this fate will go out of the game.
Sure.
There we go. These will go back into the bag.
That feels really good. Right?
Feels super satisfying.
Yay!
We did that like 2 or 3 times in a row.
like,
We're like, this is easy.
And then no.
Then it got dark.
No, it went fast. It went fast.
Okay. All right. All
So
right.
to me.
So there we go. So well done, team HC, I guess. All right. So the new card that came out is higher. If one of your fates is higher than the other, play the higher one here. Okay. So now I'm going to reset my line because obviously I have no tiles now. So the only person in the world that will know Jess's tiles is Jess.
It's a very exclusive club.
Jonathan says, it's weird watching YouTube when people I'm watching suddenly address me by name. Cool. Takes getting used to. TV never does that.
TV doesn't
Yes.
do that.
My TV does.
Okay.
It would have been really cool if I had like a tinfoil hat.
And put it on. Yeah. Nice.
Oh,
You know what I'll do, actually? I will continue to show my tiles, but I will give everybody a warning so
Sure.
you can hear. Hey, I'm going to show
Look
them.
away.
Look away. I won't mention the numbers. I will flash them, and then, okay, now you can look.
Don't
Well, if you
flash
mention-
them, but show them the numbers.
Right.
I mean, we're not looking.
right.
He's warning them to look away.
Look at your own peril.
Right. Okay, so Jess played a 7 on higher. If one of your fates is higher than the others, play the higher one here.
Okay, so here's the hard part about this. It's a 3. So if we don't guess, we're gonna have to move it 2. Regardless, it's better to guess, even though we have a 1 in 6 chance at just first
If the
look.
prediction is incorrect, the player, so we'll move it 3 times.
Oh, 3 times.
Because 1 for getting it wrong and 2 more for it matching the fate,
So-
right? Or no, never mind. No, I'm wrong. No, I do. Advance the player's doom 2 unless the allies made a correct prediction. So it's going to move 3 if we're wrong.
And it's gonna move 2.
If we don't guess.
Okay.
So keep that in
So-
mind, which is halfway home almost.
Right, so maybe we forego a guess unless there's some really good reason.
Well,
for
let's
doing that.
work through
So
it,
let's
right?
work through
Okay. So if the sum of your fates is 7, 8, or 9, play one of them here. So means that it's unlikely to be a 1 or a 2.
Correct.
Okay.
So please turn over your 1 and 2.
So if one of your fates is higher than the other, play the higher one here. So it can't be a 7 by default,
Right.
right? So please turn over your 7. Okay. If one of your fates no. And if it's exactly 2 or more or less, so it can't be a 5.
So please turn over your 5.
So we know that this tile is a 3, 4, 6. Do we know that? She played it here, only gave us really one piece of information by playing here. Whereas had she played here, it would have given us 3 or 2. 2 would have given us 2. So she didn't. So we're assuming the 1 and the 2. But we can't definitively know that. But I would have thought she
Well, that would have narrowed it down to 2 versus
Right.
3, which is, so that would be more information. It would be logically make more sense to play it at the place that gives you the most information.
Correct. So it's likely that the tile that Jess has is a 3, 4, 6. Would you agree?
Yes.
Okay. Given that, we only have a 33% chance of guessing correctly.
Correct.
So if we don't guess, this will fade. And when it fades, I just want to make sure, discard the fates. So this will go away. We will flip over and we will get a new card. And it will advance 2. Jess will keep this. We'll know it's a 3, 4, 6. And then possibly she plays the other one to help us then remove more information next turn, right?
Yeah,
If possible.
if possible.
Because cards may change. I don't think we should guess, but what do you think?
No, I think it's not a push. As much as it feels like a push your luck type of game, it is definitely a play by the percentages. Seems smarter, and the percentages are not in our favor.
Okay, so we are not going to guess. So 3 pips, 3, so the card will fade. So when it fades, we're going to flip it over. So we'll just put it right here. Okay.
What do we get?
Discard all the fates, first off. That will go. This will stay in front of Jess, so we're going to keep it right there for her as a reminder. Then Discard all the fates in front of the back to the bag. Flip it over and place it below the central. Right, so here, okay. Advance the Doom marker 2 and refill the row of Arcana cards. Okay. All right, so our fate, though, says, before making a prediction, the group may discard this and pick number X and ask, is your fate higher than X? So it's a little bonus. So there you go. That
But
can be
before.
useful. And it's a one-time use. Before
Yes.
making a prediction, is it higher
Oh, but before
than...
making a prediction.
Yeah,
so you
correct.
have the info first. That's cool.
Yeah, so there you go. So
That's
it's a
good.
one-time use and it goes away. There we go. Boom, done. Jess keeps this. She does not reset that. And Miss Julie, it is your turn. So while Julie's thinking, I'll tell you this just anecdote, I guess, whatever, story. So growing up, I traveled a lot for not great reasons, but that's neither here nor there. We were on the road a lot. And back then, it feels like back then there were a lot more truck stops than there are now. Maybe that's just kid logic in my head.
Probably kid logic.
And you know those workbooks with the invisible ink markers kind of things that you would write? They're like, I don't know if they exist
they
anymore.
do
but-
exist, and mostly at truck stops.
There you go. So I loved those, and I had a number of those. And so the logic puzzles from that became then the logic puzzles of like the puzzle books now.
Right.
Which now is like Sudoku and everything. But I like the ones with the grid.
Yeah.
You know, like, okay, if this, then it can't be that,
Yes.
which means it can't be this. And, I absolutely was enamored with those growing up and my whole life. And this game is kind of that. And so when I played this, I was like, I really like this.
You
So
too.
that's why we're streaming it today. There you go.
That's that. I like those too. But did you systematically go through them? Because I've seen kids grab that thing and just like...
Oh no!
I know.
No!
It's sacrilege.
Why would you do that?
Because they cheat.
Terrible. Kids are terrible.
But you can't do that. You got to go through it methodically.
Okay. Well, here we go. So it can't be on any of these cards.
No.
The sum is not 7,
it's
8, or
not a
9.
1, 2, or 3.
Correct.
Please turn over your 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, no. If both of your fates are the same, please turn over a 6. Please turn over a 4. Okay, so we have a 50-50 shot right now.
Oh, this is... Yeah, but we can use that.
We could, but I feel like we should keep that in our back
No,
pocket.
we did not do well with the 50-50. 50-50 is not...
We think 50-50 is our friend,
It's not.
and it isn't.
It is not our friend.
Although we did play the percentages, and it should have been our friend,
Shut up.
And it still wasn't.
and it still wasn't.
So I think we should use the higher then, and then we'll know.
Can I give the example of why?
Yes.
Okay, sure.
So we had a 50-50, and it was down to, I believe, a 1 higher or 1 lower. So it was, the 2 was out, and it was either a 1 or a 3. A 3 was also out on the board, and unbeknownst to the other 2 players, I also had a 3 in my hand.
From a previous
From a previous
non-guess.
round.
Right, yeah.
So I said
Like I have one
immediately,
here.
Right.
we should guess 3.
Right.
Because
Odds are.
odds are,
It's
there-
not
out
that
of the
one.
entire,
Bag.
Bag.
There's one less. There's
only
3.
one
Right,
left,
there's
right.
one less.
And guess what?
it was the 1.
Right,
was the
it was.
three.
So it's still, just like in poker, even if you're 98%, you can
There's still that
lose.
2%.
So ironically, Jess has obviously some information here. And assuming that Julie and I were right in that it can only be a 3, 4, or 6, that is not a 5 or a 7, so that information really doesn't help us, provided that Julie and I were
And
right.
Jonas
in
asked a
that.
question, when previous fates are discarded, do they go back to the bag?
Yes.
That 7 did go back into the bag.
Yep,
yeah.
and it does discard all the fates in front of the fated card back to the bag.
Yep.
All right, so Julie can't help us because she's the active player. So, Jess, you think we should use that?
Yes.
I mean, it guarantees us.
Yes.
So, okay, I'll agree to that. But before so, I would like to go ahead and ask, which do you think it would be? Just what's your gut say?
5.
I think it was the 5 too. So we would have guessed 5, but that's neither here nor there. So now, is your fate higher than 5?
Yes.
And we would have been wrong.
Yes. So see, that's a good thing.
So I think we should guess the 7, correct?
I think so.
Okay, is it a 7?
So you see,
There we go.
the right call was made.
Obviously.
In
So there we
doing
go.
such things.
So this, now, if you cannot, move it one card to the right. So now that is 2/3 of the way already there. So that might influence where we actually play fate tiles
Except that
now.
we guessed the fate, so it goes away.
Yeah, we guessed.
There's that. Never. What one did we guess? Oh, yeah, right. That goes away. Never mind.
Right. So normally the card would also go away, but since we didn't,
Right.
You couldn't
since I
play
play
it.
it on there, but we still don't.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
That's actually a very good question.
Is what?
Does this one go away then? Because it moves immediately to the right. So I believe we remove this fate.
Okay. If you cannot play here, play one, then move it to one card to the right.
Then move it, so then this
Oh,
one goes
it does.
away.
So we get that
Because we've
one.
resolved that fate, because the,
When
Ah.
she placed there, she says it's this one, but
then
it
it
goes
moves to the
here.
right, and then you've resolved the fate that it's underneath.
Huh. That's actually a really good question. I don't know the answer to that.
No, I think
so-
that's clear.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah, this
Okay.
isn't a question in
To
my
me it
mind.
is.
but-
Okay, then we're going to, because it immediately moves to the right.
Yes.
And then we guessed correctly, so therefore this
This
card
flips.
goes away.
Oh, doesn't it?
No,
fade?
no, it
Oh,
doesn't
right.
fade. It would, because we solved it
Yep.
correctly, right?
You only get the
So,
bonus if
right.
you get the bad.
You're right.
Okay, so there we go.
That to you.
So now Julie can reset her line. Okay.
Oh, I should reset mine too, right?
Hey, Jan.
All right, so warn everyone that you're gonna
Okay.
show the tiles.
All right. Yep. All right. So a moment. Let me look at them. Okay, ladies, if you'll look down.
Coffee break.
Everybody at home, if you do not want to see what the tiles are, look away now. Those are the tiles I drew. Okay, everyone can look back now. Okay, so those are my two tiles there. Okay, so now, if one of your fates is 5, 6, or 7, and the other is not, play the 5, 6, or 7 here. Okay? If one of your nope, nothing face up. If both of your tiles are the same, play one of them here. And if one of your fates is exactly 2 or more or 2 or less than the other, play one of them here. Okay. So that is useless.
So far, because we're doing well.
There's that.
Right.
All right.
So
it's not 5, 6, or 7.
So please turn over 5, 6, and 7. Which doesn't help us with the match or the same or the +2. So that's a bummer
Yep.
because that is a 25% chance per number, and I don't see any other way to narrow it down.
So hold on, real quick, a
You
moment.
take a look at that. No, I don't either. All right. If both your fates are the same. Oh. Nope. Yeah, 1 in 4 chance is not that great.
You know what? Chris is right.
Oh, so that doesn't fade?
No, they never do. Or they never go away. They always fade, either naturally or not. So we screwed that up.
So we get the bonuses?
Because fade just means flipping.
Yeah, well, because that will just go away and it will then reset to what it was. So there we go.
What do you
Okay.
mean? So does this flip over here is the question?
No, because there's nothing underneath it. So this would actually,
That one, oh.
you see what I'm saying? So there's just nothing under it. So until it fades, they stay here.
I see.
Do you see that?
Nope,
Does that make
but
sense?
I believe you.
Look, let's say I played this here.
So the,
If you guess correctly, right, through what this is,
Yep.
this just goes away.
that's the goal of the game is to get these to go away though. So we have to be able
No.
to do
The
that.
game is to get
right?
7.
Is to get to 7.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So
The
they
purpose
just
of
stay.
this is to change out the rule set, which is why I thought it made sense logically to
Keep
change
going.
up the rule sets more
Nope.
frequently.
No.
Okay.
Okay, so you know what? I'm going to reset. then.
Okay.
Okay. Because I think that might give away information that I don't want to. So we're going to start over
Okay.
with my turn. So, ladies, if you will look down.
Got it.
Oh, I dropped one. Okay. If you do not want to know what my tiles are, look down, Julie, please. If you don't want to...
I'm just reading the comments.
Okay. No, because you're going to see the screen.
Oh, right.
All right. Look away if you don't want to see.
Look away.
There they are. Okay, you can look now. Okay. So now, thank you for the correction, Chris. Okay. If the sum of your fates is 7, 8, or 9, play one of them here. Can't do this. If both of your fates are the same, play one of them here. If it's 2 or less, 2 more, 2 less. Okay?
Flip over your...
Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go.
Oh. So it's... The other one is 2.
Yep.
We're guessing 2.
Yes.
Hey, there we go.
Awesome.
Okay, that was... This one's kind of a gimme.
It is, but I can see why, like, it's a low percentage that you
It's
would actually
very
get
rare
it.
that probably would
Right.
happen. So,
So
Jeff.
otherwise, it doesn't help. It's not
Correct.
very helpful.
And do I need to take this into my hand when I'm grabbing the tile?
No, it stays... you draw one tile.
I think you have a choice, no? I just can't give any information of which one I'm
Correct.
taking,
Yep.
playing. Okay.
Or up here. Wait, there. Until you have 2. Later, you may start your turn holding 1. In that case, you only draw 1 new fate.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, Luke.
Yes, Luke, you have to have... If you don't have a legal move, then you can play on that. All right, so hold on. So doubling back, Jonas says, so the 6 fate token should still be under the 7 and 9 card.
Because we guessed it correctly, so no, it shouldn't.
Does it hurt you being under there, or is
Yes,
it giving you more
until it
information?
fades.
Right. Because we have guessed correctly.
So I don't know if
3
this
times?
changes, because reading the rule book,
Mm-hmm.
that's not what I remember reading. I
Yeah.
understand what they're saying, and I don't know if it's changed from the original. But what they're saying is, you guess, and even if you're correct, it stays there until it fades.
Okay.
It's right here.
So prediction. If correct, you are freed from the fate. The player collects 1 point. After a prediction, correct or incorrect, discard your fate back to the bag and reset your number line.
Just your fate.
So
That's
Your
not
fate
your
being
fate.
right. So the 6 wouldn't stay there if we guessed correctly.
Yeah, because you drew fate. I'm not sure that that's
discard.
true.
No, the one.
2 fates to your hand. They're both
Only
called
the one.
fate.
Only the one that's in your hand.
It doesn't say that.
That's your fate. Yes.
They're both your fate. It
This one
clearly
that
states
stays out
2
here.
fates in your hand. Both of
Right.
them are
But
your
once you
fates.
play it out here, it's no longer your fate. Your fate.
Why?
Play 1 fate.
This.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
it doesn't
see,
say
that's
that.
Not clear.
No, I think we're good with what we're doing right now. It doesn't seem to say that.
Which isn't necessarily, I get what they're saying, because that actually makes it more challenging. Because then you're
Right.
fading, and therefore it's automatically moving it
Right.
up. So then you have to be strategic about where you place
Right,
them.
and that's what Chris is saying. Right.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll do that starting going forward. How's that? Fine. Let's just try it that way.
Okay.
Okay.
So
here,
here's
all right.
your information.
Let's do
If
that.
one of your fates is exactly 2 or more or 2 or less than the other, play one of them here. Why did you reset those?
Because I have to. You have to remember.
A moment. Let me find it. That is incorrect.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it isn't. I'm pretty sure because it's also the option to at the beginning, because you have a new number and you may put one or the other down.
Right here. If they decide not to make a prediction, keep your fate face down. Do not reset your number line and proceed to the fate step.
Got it.
It was 3, 4, or 6, right? Mm-hmm. Now, we don't know if Jess played the same one, I would assume.
Well, yes, but so 2 higher is an 8. So
Right.
this is a 4.
So which means can't be a forest. Please flip over your 4.
No, if
Right.
one of them is.
Oh. Oh. Then we guess that it's a
So
4. Okay, we're guessing that it's a 4. There we go. So this will stay. No, this goes away. But
No,
the card.
Because it.
They literally are saying it stays.
Okay.
And here's the 6.
So if it stays, this fades because this is a 1. There's 2 there. This
Which
automatically
means
fades.
this will go to,
up there.
so.
This
Sure
will
makes
go
it
here.
challenging. Yeah.
Okay, wow, yeah, this gets way harder all of a sudden.
So
okay.
then it does in fact go away.
Yes.
Because it burns.
And that will
it,
stay there. Okay, got it.
And a new one comes out.
Right. Woo-wee. Here we
Uh-huh.
go, twice. Before making a prediction, the group may discard this card to make one extra prediction this turn. All right, there we go.
Probably should use that. What do you think?
Reset your number line and possibly, depending on where she plays this, right? Mm-hmm. Oof.
One of your fates is 5, 6, or 7, and the other is not.
Okay, so here, Chris says if you guess correctly, causing fading causes no doom. But here's oh, and here's the rub. Here is the point that I misunderstood. Advance the player's doom by 2 unless your allies made a correct prediction this turn. Now it all makes sense. So this stays. And if we make a correct prediction, instead of it causing us to doom, it doesn't. We just get the benefit. Now all of a sudden playing on a harder level makes more sense.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Light bulbs.
Yeah, no.
There you go.
Okay,
Yep.
okay.
Okay. All right. Got it. There you go, Chris. Well
Thanks.
done. Thank you. All right. So Julie
All
now
right.
has drawn her 2 tiles.
I have. It's
Okay.
going to be amazing. We're going to have a great time with it.
I detect sarcasm, but nope.
I'd like to point out I'm doing really well with my poker face.
I'm
I did
doing
not
terrible.
before.
So
I think I've done pretty well.
you've done much
Apparently,
better.
yeah.
You've
No,
done much
so we
better.
first played this while Julie's figuring out her placement. So when we first played this, the first time I placed one and they did math wrong, and I squeaked, and that wasn't good because it was
did
clear
math
that they did math wrong because I squeaked.
We logicked wrong.
Yeah.
We did.
No,
Logicked
there was math.
incorrectly.
You literally counted to 10 on something, and I was like, nope. And so I squeaked. And then the second time, apparently I breathed.
You breathe differently. I picked up on that. I did.
Breath changes.
And I was right.
Yes, but I didn't know I breathed differently. So the next time, I froze and stared out the window and just didn't even breathe. Like I was just like,
It was great.
Yeah, that was pretty.
And we guessed wrong.
You're right.
and they
right,
guessed
we
wrong.
did, we
But
did.
it's really hard for me at least, to not share information.
So, what this is teaching, folks, I think this is a good teachable moment from our mistakes here. All right? Much like a winsome game, a lot of people, truly, a lot of people, myself included, because you just saw all 3 of us do it, infer rules that are not written. John Bohr is very specific. Says, if it's not written, you can't do it. Or, it's follow the rules. And we inferred things that we shouldn't have. So my apologies to everybody. It's a bad habit.
Okay.
Inference.
Bree says, that's interesting. I hadn't thought about it, but I've only played the game with other poker players.
Yeah.
I've only played with non-poker players. All right. Okay, Jess? So
What do
she
you think?
played saying she can't play anywhere else. So if the sum of your fates is 7, 8, or 9, which means it should not be a 7, 6, or 5.
Yes.
Okay, flip over your 7, 6, and 5, please. Can't be a 6, because there was a 6 out here. If both of your fates are the same. Can't be a 2, because that would have been an obvious. Please flip your 2. If one of your fates is 5, 6, or 7, and the other is not,
We already flipped 5, 6, and 7.
there we are. So now we have a 66.6% chance of guessing correctly.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do, if we use this.
Oh, okay.
Right. Hey, Portos. Now, if not, if we choose not to, this immediately, so that goes there. This is going to flip, and it's going to advance 2. I don't know that that would be the worst thing. We would then have 2 fated that we could use on a subsequent turn, but this will advance 2, and 2's not so bad.
What do we go up, though, if we guess right?
1.
That's still 1.
But it's only a 66% chance, whereas the back of this might give us a better
Are we going to
advantage.
get better than 66?
Yeah, because next turn, we have that information. Your call. I'll leave it up to you.
No, why is it up to me? It's a team thing.
2/3 is better than 1/3. It's better than 50%, but because here's the other thing. If we choose to do this before making a prediction and we're still wrong, it moves up 2. This flips. It moves up 3 actually because
Yes.
wrong guess there, and we lose that. I think we ought to bank it. I think we should not.
Okay.
Do you disagree?
No.
Okay. So we are not going to make a prediction. So that comes here. So we did not make a correct prediction. That advances 2. This will flip over. And we get old. After playing their fate, the active player may discard this to say whether their fate from the previous turn if they played. So that'll actually help us with Julie's.
Okay.
All right, so there you go. So these now will go away back in. Julie will keep her other one face down in front of her and does not reset her line. And we have the beast. If one of your fates is exactly 1 more or 1 less than the other, play one of them here. Okay?
I like the art on that one.
Okay.
I will say the art is fantastic.
Yeah, I
All
really
right.
like the beast.
Ladies, if you will look down, please.
Eyes closed.
Okay. And if you do not want to see what my tiles are, look away now. There they are. Okay, everyone can look. All right, so here we go. One of your fates is exactly 1 more or 1 less. Okay, if there's nothing visible, so that if they're the exact same. If one of your fates is 5, 6, or 7 and the other is not, play 5, 6, or 7 here.
Okay, so it's not a 5, 6, or 7. Please turn those over. There's nothing else on the board.
Nope.
So that's really not going to help us. So once again, we're at the... You're really good at getting these, huh? Sweet. What can we use these for?
Make 2 guesses, and this one really doesn't apply. That would apply to you.
The trick of it is we're getting...
2 guesses is not good here.
Yeah.
It's going to advance 2 if you don't, and we'll get that one as well. That means we have to get the next 4, but we'll have... I can't talk, sorry.
Yeah, strategically, it makes sense to not guess and really hope that we get the next 4 correct. Basically, is what it comes down to.
Okay.
I'm very sad about this.
Me
I think
too.
it's the choice that we're going to make.
Okay.
That advances 2. This will go back into the bag. This will flip over. And this one, we know what that is. This one, before making a prediction, the group may discard this to ask, is your fate a 5, 6, or 7? Okay. J-Rex.
Do we get a new one?
Oh, yeah, we do.
What's that?
The Blind Man. Free. Play one of your fates here. I don't further your doom when I fade. Okay.
So if you can't play it anywhere else, instead of playing it here, You can play it.
No, I
There.
can. It looks like you always can do that.
Right.
Well, yeah, you can, but she's saying instead of playing it there. Right?
Oh, because that one
Yeah,
doesn't
right.
fade, dear.
There you go. Sorry I wasn't more helpful. All right, we got this. Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be good.
Here we go.
But wait. This doesn't apply now because you can always play one there.
Until it. Well, no, but then it'll fade.
Once
we
it
won't.
plays.
You get a one and done with
Yeah.
it. It's like a one.
It's a one
freebie.
shot. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Jonathan. I just noticed a deeper level. It's not just why wasn't this tile played elsewhere, it's why wasn't the other tile played instead. Correct. There you go. See, light bulbs go off like multiple times throughout the playing of this. Well, alrighty. So we know we get a free non-guess if we don't want to, right? Mm-hmm. For this. Okay, so let's go through it. It's not a 6. Please flip over your 6. It's not a 7. Please flip over your 7. Okay, so that's what we know. Okay? Mm-hmm. Now,
I say we don't burn any of these because we're gonna get the benefit.
understood,
Of this.
but hold on. Let's keep working through this, though, using the same logic that Jonathan just brought up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't she play her other tile? Mm-hmm. Okay, I get why these, but why wouldn't she play her other tile here?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not one or more or less. So why didn't she play the other one?
So any other one you would eliminate 2 there.
If one of your fates is exactly one more or one less than the other. No, she couldn't have. That means, yeah, no, I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah. Yeah, I guess we just don't guess and just fade it.
We don't guess.
Right,
Okay.
right, because that'll flip over, right?
Yep.
Because right now we have a 20% shot at it.
Correct.
All right, so we're not going to guess. But it does not advance that.
Right.
Here we go. Before making your prediction, the group may discard this to ask, is your fate a 1, 4, or 7? This will go back into the bag. Put your other one up there. Yes, please. Went from, wow, crushing this to, oh man, this is looking sketchy really quick. Yep.
So this is the one where if your sum is equal to or higher than 11.
Okay, so big numbers, no whammies. Now, before you take that one, but you have to, right there, you got it. You know what you're doing. And remember, we do have the one that says, after playing their fate, the active player may discard this to say whether they played their old one or their new one. Mm-hmm. And we know, based on the one that was played, I believe it was a 2? Okay, she is not telling us if this is her old one or not. Okay, so that should give us information as well, right?
I mean, but she's keeping her old one, I think.
We don't know that for sure.
Okay.
Okay. Probably not. Not a 5. There. So
So
here,
it's just that one.
If it's
not
one,
the 4.
If one of your fates is exactly one more or one less.
Oh,
than
it
the other.
is
So
exactly
it's
one more. So it's the
Probably
4.
the 4. That
It
would
has
be
to
the
be.
logical. Well, no, assuming that's the old one, and why wouldn't she have?
So we
she
can
had it?
ask, because that top one allows us to ask, is it a 1, 4?
But I don't
7?
know that we need to.
Yeah, we do. We've like a million of those. Why are we saving them? We're gonna die with all those out there.
Well, hold
Why
on.
would you do
Hold
that?
on. Here, hold on. Here's a good reason.
Okay.
A 1, 4, and 7.
So
Yes.
I'm sorry. I didn't know you have not, as far as I know, you didn't take any and burn them. I did not know if you were actually asking me or not, so I did not
No,
respond.
we
to the
don't.
question.
No,
That's a you
Right.
choice.
you choose if you're doing this.
Read the
It's
old.
a you choose.
Can you read it?
Old. After playing their fate, the active player may discard this to say whether they had that fate during their previous turn.
Okay. So I'm burning this.
Yes. Was this your previous fate from the last turn?
No.
Okay. So now we know that the one in her hand is still the one from her hand.
So it's one of
which
those
means
that's up.
it's got to be the 1, 3, or 4. If it's 1 more or 1 less, which means it should be the 4, correct?
Yes.
Now, the reason we don't want to burn this is because I have the 1 and a 4 here. If you guys are going to use the logic
Okay.
of that's correct. That makes
Thank
sense?
you, Jonas.
Sure.
I
We
was
can go
trying
with
to
the
get
4.
them to get there, but they didn't, so.
I know. Jonas, I said that. I was like, it is the old one.
Well,
It was. Yeah, we knew this.
so do you want to
And she didn't have to do the old. Just because it's there doesn't mean that
Correct.
her not using it doesn't mean it's the
Correct.
old either.
Do you want to guess?
Yes,
Go ahead.
the 4.
So here's the part that makes me sad.
What?
I meant to put the 4 down last time, and I put down without looking, and it was my other one, because I put it here, and what was out there would have eliminated the 1, 2, and 3, and the 5, 6, 7.
Mistakes were made.
And so I looked down, and it only eliminated the 5, 6, 7, and then the 2.
It happens.
And I was so mad.
Fate would have it.
So
She didn't reveal it though.
so mad. I was like,
Stay tuned.
no, that was not the tile that was supposed to go
There's
down.
more madness to be revealed.
Okay.
All right. So cool. We succeeded.
Yep.
Then this will go away and that will go away, but the cards stay. Okay. All right. Okay, so the ones that are left, is your fate a 1, 4, or 7? Is your fate a 5, 6, or 7? Or make a second guess before you say you're going to make a second guess before you make your first. Okay? Okay.
Aren't you supposed to put them both in your hands so that we can't tell if you play the new or the old?
Yes. So I will do so. All right, ladies, look down, please. If everybody at home does not want to see, look away. Okay, everybody can look. All right.
Oh. So are we in agreement that it's a 1?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we think your other tile is a 1.
Okay. That worked.
Draw well. All right, there we go. So now Jess brings that back to her hand.
Yep.
Or it could be they didn't read the card properly. True statement.
Careful reading.
Yes. Oh. Joyan, welcome from Hong Kong. Nice. All right. Hey, Franny. You know what?
The mirror should fade
Oh,
now.
and all of this.
The mirror should fade now because it was used.
Oh,
We don't get the...
well that.
Because the tile that was below it was... Well, it doesn't matter. It was a 1, so it fades. We just don't have to take the deficit of it.
Correct. Yes. Okay. So here we go. We can make a second guess. I'm going to drop these down so you guys... There we go. We can make a second guess. 5, 6, or 7 we could guess. A 1, 4, or 7 we could guess. Or
Ask, yeah.
this one is we can make an extra turn. So we actually have 2 of those.
Cool.
Okay. There we go. Just trying to make it...
Need them.
We may. All right. We need to make 2 correct before we screw this up.
So 6 is
Oh,
played
oh,
on
sorry,
that.
I
Can't
missed
play
that.
anything.
Okay.
So then it gets moved over to here, which means this is going to fade.
There. Okay.
Okay. So it wasn't 1 higher or lower. So
Do we assume that this is her old one?
Oh.
regardless,
Yeah.
I'm not assuming either. It's a +1 or -1.
Right. So it can't be a 5 or a 7.
Correct. So I feel like it doesn't.
I don't
I
think
would rather start from scratch just because the only thing that's now it's telling
6 and
us is
7. Okay, so turn everything face up, please.
Please.
I'm not supposed to though. It
Unless we-
literally tells you.
at the end of your turn, and then at the beginning of the next turn, it's you're turning things if people ask you to.
Okay.
Okay, so
please
she
try.
did not play it here. If one of your fates is exactly one, so it's not one more or one less, should be not the 5 or 7.
Correct. So please turn over your 5 and 7.
No visible. At that, right. If the sum of your fates is a multiple of 3, she did not. Multiple of 3 would be 3 and 6.
So 6 goes back over and 3 goes over.
Please. And it's not higher than 11.
Which doesn't give us new
Right,
information.
there we go.
Okay.
So we could use the 1, 4, and 7.
We could use the 1, 4, and 7. That would give us
That would eliminate a lot of it.
either 1 or 2.
Right.
So shall we use that?
Yes, the group will discard this. Is your fate 1, 4, or 7?
Yes.
Okay. So please turn over your 2. So that one's useless to us, but the guessing twice we can do.
I think we use one of them.
I think
we
so
would
as
like
well.
to guess twice on this, but before we do, what would have been your guess? I think. Wait, stop! Before we use these, don't do anything. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
We're probably still going to, but let me work through this.
Okay.
What were my last 2 tiles that I just had?
Sorry.
The tiles that were identical. What were they? They were both 1s, right?
Yeah.
Which makes it really, really, really unlikely that Jess had a 1 left over because 2 of them were just in my hand.
Okay.
Okay? Now, she could have drawn a 1, right? And she actually played this from the previous turn. I don't think that's the case. I think it's real. There is a 1 in, hold on. '18 shot that it was a 1 that she has.
I was going to go with the 4.
I think so the question is, do we use that? We can guarantee ourselves one of those. I get that.
We need 2 more points. This will get us to 1 more point. With
You're right.
still another guess 2 and a 5, 6, 7 elimination. So the smart choice would be to use it.
Okay, I think it's
the
unnecessary.
hubris choice would
No,
be to
I think
just go with the 4.
Because there's a 6.5% chance that it's actually the 1. So okay, I agree with you that we probably should, but I don't. It's my positive EV self that doesn't want to. But okay,
This is what happened last time.
I know. Which has no impact on future events, but we will use that.
Uh-huh.
Is it a 4?
Yes.
Okay.
Your poker face was on point, by the way.
Was the logic right? Did you hold the now that you?
That was the old one. You're always going to hold the old one. Why would you not? But okay. So yes, it was the old one. Let me say, same mistake you made, I made. This is what I should have played last time. It is the old one because it would have given you way more information. I accidentally put in my hand, gonna play this one, revealed it, and myself was like,
Why don't
the
you
heck?
look before you play it?
So yeah, what is
So 2 GTRs, 1 Julie to herself, 1 me to myself.
Well, you actually have to say it. But.
Glory to Rome. But last
Glory to
time,
Rome.
like, seriously, I was like, how did that? I meant
that was
to
really
play
satisfying
that.
to say it though.
Yeah, it is good. It's good.
Kerfuffle.
Oh my goodness.
But,
yeah.
but did you see my logic behind it too?
no, yes, but no. And every
Because I also
time,
had
that's
the 4 in my
not
hand, so if she was holding
necessarily.
it over. There was still like it was interesting though.
And use those. Always use those.
Yeah,
Don't
right.
not use those. That makes no sense. That's
will
like the mind. We're playing the mind, and you have all those shurikens left at the end, and you're dead. And you're like, but I held on to the shurikens.
Oh, hey, that worked out.
Hey.
We get
See,
another. Okay.
this is why.
Okay.
Use them.
Okay, fair enough. Here, throw those in.
All right.
And here we go. If one's a 3, 4, 5 and the other is not, play a 3, 4, 5 there.
All right. This is gonna be great. It's gonna be good.
Muhammad says, fantastic heavy cardboards. I'm telling you, we're doing this because I was smitten with this game and I really wanted to. I really enjoyed my play of this.
Yep.
I really did. Like, I wanted to play it more, but we had other games we were going to play. So.
Seriously, Luke, that was true. And at one point, I accidentally let out a little breath of air, and I was like, "Oh, I hope they don't take that to mean something," because I literally was just choking. But
All right, so here we go. She did not play on any card. It is not a multiple of 3, which means it can't be a 3 or 6, right? So please flip over your 3 and 6. Agreed, Jeff?
wait, multiple of 3, 3 and 6.
If the sum,
That's
check that.
What are you doing?
Flip those back over. I'm wrong.
Math.
Can't be a 2 or a 1.
No. A 1 or a
No,
Four.
a 1. A 1.
a 1 or a 4.
You're right. Math. I'm sorry.
A 1 or a 4.
Correct. So that's here.
Or
So
a
it's not-
7. Math.
35. Correct. Can't be a 7. Good
Right.
call. If the sum of your fates is 11 or more, play one of them here, which means it can't be a 6 or a 7.
Keep in mind this is sum, not product. Sum means adding them together. So a 5 plus a 7 is 12, multiple of 3. A 5 plus a 4 is 9, and a 5 plus a 1 is 6. I just want to call that out because sum is not product.
Good call.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's 7, 8, 10, and 11, not sum.
Exactly.
Right,
So
there.
now we're good. All right, moving on.
Now the sum, meaning adding,
Yes.
meaning cannot be a 6 or 7.
Yes.
So please flip over your 6.
Yes.
No match. If one of your fates is a 3, 4, or 5, and the other is not a 3, 4, or 5, which means it must be a 3, 4, or 5.
Yes.
So please flip over your 2. Okay, before we do anything, can we go back through these and double check our work?
Yeah.
If the sum of your fates is 11 or more,
So 6 or 7 should not be showing. Done.
good. If adding the 2 tiles together
Yes.
is a multiple of 3, play one here. Meaning it can't be a 1, a 4, or a 7.
Yes.
Okay, those are there. If one of your fates is a 3, 4, or 5, and the other is not a 3, 4, or 5, play a 3, 4, or 5 here. Which means it must be a 3, 4, or 5. Mm-hmm. And we eliminated the 4 where? Here. Mm-hmm. So that's right. It's a 3 or a 5.
So we could use this to guess.
Yeah.
I'd rather use that than the guess twice.
Okay. So, which do you think it is, though? There's an obvious answer.
I think
guess.
it's 3.
Because 5. I agree. But before making a prediction, is your fate a 5, 6, or 7?
Yes.
Oh, we would have been wrong.
Will you flip over your 3, please?
Is it a 5?
Yes.
Yay!
Oh my gosh, we did it.
There we go. We win. Good job. Good job.
Despite